Right, hello, hello. All right. Looks like the sound's coming through. Okay. All right, we will just jump in right today. Kip is still sleeping. Jen's behind me, ripping up toy books so she can build her list now before Christmas. So she's getting an early jump. They went to the mall yesterday. They saw Santa, so she's ready to go. So I may have to take a break if Kip wakes up, and again until he can walk in here. Man flu in the morning. Um, Anyway, so last 24 hours, dollar yen biggest mover down 104. Percentage wise, that is a big mover, but also the euro pound being down 28. Retracing in the last hour, but percentage wise, that's almost a full daily ATR in the last 24 hours as well. Pound yen down 36 is nothing. Down, pound dollar 65, nothing big. Euro dollar 21, nothing big. Dollar Swiss minus 16, nothing big either there. So, um, yeah, it's overall, we got some yen play in there. I would say it's probably more the dollar today than more the yen. You know, more or less across the board, we're seeing that dollar weakness roll in. It is down from where it was before last week, but again, I don't know. This morning it's been a little bit more resilient. So, we'll see where we go with it. This morning monetary policy, we didn't get too much out of it. You can see it's kind of retracing any movement we had. The Canadian data, besides the median on a yearly basis being higher last time, they kind of nailed it right on. And then obviously the trend and the common both lower than expected, meaning, is there going to be another raise for Canada? Probably not. Are we at the stage where there's cuts coming anytime soon? Also, probably not. As far as later on today, we have existing home sales. Again, supposed to be a little bit lower. Lagarde speaking, then 2 o'clock, we have FOMC meeting notes. Or, sorry, minutes. I guess it's called minutes in the United States. It's called notes in other countries. Or, report hearings and things. Anyway, do I expect we'll get a lot of earth shattering data out of this one? I mean, for a week that's going to be lighter volume wise, could there be? Sure. Are we seeing a lot of dollar weakness now? Sure. Typically, when we see a lot of dollar weakness before any type of release, tends to be kind of more of like an explosive type move. Now, with that said, it is a couple days before Thanksgiving. Do I expect to see crazy news right before Thanksgiving? Typically, no. Um, Tends not to be what you see, right? Again, kind of running out of time. Keeps making his first little looking for people. He's gonna be probably coming in here a sec. They're running out of time, right? If there's going to be another raise, I think December is the last opportunity that we're going to have one. I would expect that there be somewhat more of a muted statement today, but the market will be looking at it. And again, typically when we see weakness coming in before this, it tends to be very, very positive. Um, Overall, again, not that what happens the rest of the globe really should be determined, but everybody is pretty much at the stage now where it's, they're getting CPI in particular dropping more than what the expectations are. So again, will the US say, "Oh, guess what? Ours is coming in next. We're next." Um, yeah, you know, um, I think that helps. I think that helps. I think they'll still moderate that. Hey, listen, it's working. It's still higher than expected. You know, we haven't decided whether they're going to raise yet. It's going to be data dependent. It's going to be all these like generalized statements that don't really tell us a whole lot. Um, but again, maybe. I mean, this is what could happen, right? They don't give us any really true things, but if they don't mention that, if we need to raise, we still will, right? If they just drop that comment, even though that, I mean, obviously it's a given, right? But if they drop that statement, people may take that as an extremely dovish kind of statement. So it may drop, we'll see. But we'll get that at 2 o'clock today. Obviously tomorrow, we get some data tomorrow morning. Um, but again, it's going to be unemployment claims on a Wednesday, durable goods coming in, durable good orders expected to be down pretty big. Wouldn't actually be surprised if those durable good orders come up a little bit higher. But again, just kind of 2 days left before obviously, you know, everything on Thursday. And Thursday, again, no major changes right now, but the volume will be very, very low. So it'll be a European session type day. The whole world doesn't close down for U.S. Thanksgiving. Um, yeah, Canada has their own Thanksgiving. I always laugh. It's I pick on Melissa about it. It's the Northern Passage. They celebrate the Northern Passage, right? Breaking through some ice. But anyway, let's jump into charts here. VIX. VIX is a little bit lower. We're down, 13 and a half. We were kind of skating from really Tuesday of last week, really at that 14 mark. And right now you're seeing it creep up a little bit. The dollar right now down just a smidge. I mean, really, we played. Friday happened, and then Sunday we kind of started to push down. We got weakness in the overnight, and then obviously Monday we got it as well, pushing down to the low 103s. Right, 103. Actually, the low was 103.17. Didn't break through that 103 mark yet, but again, spent a long time there. U.S. influence is going to be out pretty soon. But right now, excuse me, we're seeing a lot of negativity. Right, we're seeing a lot of red over there on the indices. All four right now are down. Russell down the most, which is interesting because, um, again, Russell we know is the most sensitive to a any type of like rate change, hike, cut, anything else. Russell is always the one most affected, and it's down almost 1%, down 0.9. So it is the weakest right now of all of them. Oil, and it's funny because dollar is down, all the indices are down, crude is down, right? But when I say down, it's almost down a percent, down to 77, kind of where we were last week. No major changes there. Natural gas 288, again dropping lower. It's actually flat right now. It's actually just 0.00. Um, it's funny as advanced as we are, right? It has to, it's a red 0.00, right? It doesn't go to like black or something neutral. There it is again, 0.00, but it's red, right? I love how it does that. But anyway, natural gas 288, so lower than what we were talking about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. We're in this 317 mark. Gold actually higher than, again, little bit dollar weakness. Gold is playing with that 2000 number, and we know we got a lot of selling and everything going on 2000. I don't know. Maybe if there's a hawkish statement made today, we see gold kind of spike and go crazy. Um, it's possible, right? It's possible. Interesting enough, silver up, but under that 24 mark, right? It's actually peaked up and actually pulled back a little bit more. So, again, approaching two big round numbers. We'll see if the meeting notes today kind of give us something that makes this get a little crazy. Let's dive over into the Aussie, and again, looking across the board here, it's up a little bit, but it's mostly just the dollar weakness. So we still have a Harry Potter trade, and again, we were actually closing higher. We pulled back a little bit, and then just continued to push higher with the news. You can see we had an old level there, and again, this level had been touched here, broken here, and we came up in base below, and it's like, yeah, it's breaking. And it did a Harry Potter, right? We're talking about a Harry Potter to the downside here. It did. It broke the level. It based, and I mean, we talk about, a lot of times we talk about, comes down, base, pull back, and then go, right? Let's change that to a full line. And all this does was the exact opposite. It went up, it based, it came down, and then it took off, right? It's exactly what it did. Where it is right now, we've basically stabilized. We can take this level out. It's an old level at this point. We don't need it. It served its purpose. We don't need the Sunday mark anymore. Let's see. We can take some of these off. We can run it the other direction just to start kind of setting it up for this new kind of trend that we're in. There. And you can see, again, that Harry Potter trade that we're still looking for. Again, this racetrack doesn't go away. We are waiting for that to retrace at some point. Could be today, could be next week. I mean, who knows? But we're going to leave that on there. And we know we still got a trade set in there. And magically now, if this is the top and we do start to roll back, guess what? It's sitting right at the 50% retracement level. So pretty decent. Oh, one other thing before I forget as well. So TradingView is always adding new features and different things like that. I was looking at, obviously all the Black Friday sales are out, right? I'm not selling TradingView, guys. If you decide to subscribe to TradingView, again, I don't get any money for it. If you want to tell them that I told you, great. I don't get anything for it. But TradingView actually has a function now to do streams. Okay, so I thought it would be great since we're already on the platform to be streaming on the platform. I don't ever ask for followers on here. If you guys are using TradingView, if I can get this up to 10, and again, I don't use it. I've never mentioned this once ever before, but if you guys are on TradingView, do a follow and keep trading simple. Once we go over 10, it opens up the streaming option on here. And I think it'd be cool to just, again, if I could stream through TradingView, it makes a lot more sense. And then I can actually share charts directly with people. I just think it helps for people that are on TradingView. It helps. Again, where I could publish, link directly, give notifications. And there's actually, it's interesting. There's, I don't know if you looked at the specials, by the way, but where is it? Hey, buds. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it the pricing page? Here's the pricing page. There we go. Where is it? Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. This is not the one. There was another one that like lists them all out. And there was a comment about um, not formulas. It was over here. I forget what it was, but it was it wasn't ultimate. Where is it? Oh, no, I forget where it is. Maybe it's this one. Is it this one? Yeah. So see how we have auto chart patterns, right? Publishing invite only scripts. You guys see this right here? I'm told that if I can get it done correctly, I can be publishing the indicator over here. So, yeah, I'm kind of, again, if I can get it over there, the indicator, the supply and demand indicator, it would have to be inside of this mode, is what I'm told. That it would be inside of the publishing only scripts. Um, but with that said, right now you guys know that I currently use Plus because again, I don't need I don't need 400 price alerts and I don't need 400 indicators. And I don't even use 10 indicators per chart. So I don't even need that one, nor the 4 chart layout. But to be able to get access to the publishing scripts, and I'm told that again with this I should be able to do it. You would have to have this anyway. I'm gonna probably go ahead and upgrade to this just so we can see if this will finally work and I can publish it. So that's what I'm told. So we're gonna try it out. And again, if you look at the offer over here, that's not bad, right? I'm sure they're doing this on purpose, right? It's $1 more and you get all that extra stuff. I don't use a lot of that extra stuff. I don't really want to check out that other piece. But with that said, going back, to this, if you guys can give me a follow on TradingView, that helps out. I'll probably do a bit of a campaign to get over so then we can actually start the streams as well over on TradingView. So, where we are, the Aussie dollar, again, we're very, very high in the curve with that data coming today. If they bring in dollar strength, would not be surprised at all. Are we at a big area right now? And the problem is we're at a 50%. This is an old 50%. Hold on, let me adjust this one. Do I want to? Let's see. Oops, I want to move that. Go to daily R4. That's what I was looking at. I knew it was sitting here. I had this one as a note. Um, So you can see on a 4 hour, there's a 61% retracement level. Obviously, 61s are big. This was the last big surge top to bottom, the last major trend. You can see that we're only sitting about 28 pips. It's got a 25 pip daily ATR. Can it continue to surge up? Sure. But where we're at, we have big levels coming in. And again, 4 hour levels tend to be the better ones. The fact that it's associated also with a 61.8 tends to be a good reversal level. So could we see a turn and flip from that level? I definitely think it's something you need to watch out for. If we can grind up 28 pips, that wouldn't be a bad spot for FOMC. But again, we're seeing a lot of dollar weakness before. Tends to be a dollar weakness or a dollar strength type news release. I just don't think we're gonna. I don't think Powell's gonna upset Turkey Day for people. So I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe this is the time where he's like, finally, like, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm gonna mess everybody's Turkey Day up. So we'll see. But I don't think it's a bad level overall. The fact that it's a 4 hour level and a 61.8, I think that's gives it a lot of opportunity. It's not really a huge level. You're only talking about 15, 16 pips, so really not that much. Um, so yeah, not the worst places. Aussie yen. Now Aussie yen a little bit different position, right? You see the Aussie dollar obviously creeping up high. It's in more near term highs. The Aussie yen pulling back, and we talked about there's a few levels in here last week, and here's for Sunday, and we kind of pulled down a little bit, and we did mention, we kind of see some here, buds. What do you have? What are you trying to give me? Um, we were talking about yen strength continuing to roll in, and it did a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a monstrous move from the open. At its peak, it was 46. Right now, it's only about 17 pips since Sunday night open. We were calling about profit coming in at 96.75, and we're, again, it kind of turned back again. It's hitting a bunch of little small things in here. I'll take this out so you guys can see it. We mentioned that if we could get all the way down to here, that would make a lot of sense as where buyers and sellers are. That's kind of where we're at now, and you can see there's a little bit of junk in there. Nothing major, right? I wouldn't say there's anything real big in here. Maybe we get a little bit of help from the yen, but as far as setting, any type of zones off of it, again, I think the reversal here is really kind of what we were talking about last week, and again, we know that it pierced through a little bit. I think that's probably the next area we're really looking for any selling coming in. I know that it kind of peaked up here, but if you look to the left, there's not a lot there, and this is Monday night. I mean, there's really not a whole lot going on there. I think the sellers that are forming right here are much better positioned. It's also associated with the 50% retracement level. So, we know we got a little bit of a drop base drop right here, basing sideways, planted itself between the 50 and 61.8. I like these wicks. This is like my favorite wick pattern where you have three wicks like this in succession. It was a top and then a strong push out of it. So I think that's really what we're looking for. Only problem right now is we're, I don't know, about 45 pips away. It's about a half a day's worth of movement, but what's the catalyst to drive us there? I think is the big question. That's always the big thing that we're looking for. It's the, what's going to drive it there? Are we going to hear something today? Are we going to see massive amounts of Aussie strength rolling in? I don't know. I think if anything, it's probably more going to be at this point, going to be more of a pound type scenario. I'm sorry, not a pound, a yen type scenario to drive us higher. As far as going long, we mentioned a level here, a little bit lower, and it was more kind of like, do we see it, being a reversal point? And I'd say, yeah. I mean, it's not overall, it's not the worst of levels. It was boxed with using the wick, right? Hit it, and then that was a big takeoff point. That'd be the first place I'm really looking for reversal. I would expect buyers to come in at the 96.75, but I'm not willing to pull the trigger on that one. It's not strong enough for me. So I think right now the two that I'm looking for is a potential reversal here, 96.55 ish level and 96.73. We're kind of floating right down no man's land, right down the middle. So it's not the ideal opportunity. I'm not a big fan of this level. So I'm kind of waiting for this one to go up or down either direction. Now, euro dollar. So euro, again, we talked about this level last week. You can see Friday, early morning, we went to the very, very bottom and we pushed up. Now, it did finally break through the top, which is cool. It's fine. Again, the fact that we pushed this one to the brink, this alert is staying on, and I think we need to keep, this one in there. Now, whoops. Oh, yeah, I can take care of that. We can take this guy off. We'll move this one here because there's plenty of room now. Honestly, this is just a grind from the weekend, and then Monday, obviously, we saw the dollar weakness coming in yesterday. Um, a lot of this one, and again, we always, we talk about this. The run up before the FOMC was up, right? It was truly a run up, right? The push was a run up. It's a lot of dollar weakness. Do they know what Powell's going to say, or are they just assuming they know what Powell's going to say? So when he says it, will it be more of a dollar strength based move? Now we are kind of sitting high, 109.53 is kind of high, and if you think about it, where's all this weakness from the dollar coming in? I mean, is the U.S. still more attractive to put your money? Can you make more money by putting your money here? And the answer is yes, right? Um, if anything, I think this is a little bit kind of manipulated around. I think let's see. This is what we're playing with right now. This little hiccup here, right? So we're kind of in a level now, and then there's another. Did I run this all the way down? I didn't. Crap, I moved it. Let's run this all the way down to there. So yeah, so you can see we're playing with this level right here, right? Playing with this, right? It's been here a few times. There's a 61.8 sitting right there. Mm, there's no nair. It's kind of in run off. Um, yeah, I mean, on a news based position, we're way up here. I mean, we're where we should be for dollar strength to roll back in. I don't know. Will Powell be will he be brave enough? Hmm. Maybe, maybe. Um, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Have to see what he does from now till two, or see what the market does from now till two. Not him, but see what the market does from now till two. Um, where it is, it's looking more like it's going to be a dollar strength. This would be a euro dollar short, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe if this thing shoots maybe straight down from now till 2 o'clock, then we go for a long. There's a lot of little hiccups in here, a lot of little grinds on the way up. But right now, again, we're basically from the European Open, which is right here. We're basically dead flat, no movement. Again, we like to see some type of movement. I see, Jim. Good job. Um, but right now, it's looking more like again when Powell speaks, if we're sitting there, it looks like it's more of a down type opportunity. So right now, as far as watch list goes, a break below 108.25. We take this one short back to 107.29. Right now, we're basing European session did nothing, which means typically the U.S. session it's going to do something. Again, this is the calm before the storm. We know what the storm is. It's the FOMC meeting notes, which is sitting right there. And again, I think if Powell mentions that the potential for a raise is in December is likely, um, I think that sends this thing straight down. And again, it basically just resets the dollar back into that 104 range. Euro pound pulling back down again. Again, I'll just question this across. You could say Monday we were there early morning, that same level. Again, risky level. It's been there 3 times. Again, all Sunday night type trades. It pushed back down, and we talked about, but again, because you would have been coming from the top side, you're looking for profit taking. And we mentioned the 50 to 61 area. It's a decent level. There was a bounce there, and that's what it did. It hit it and bounced and hit it again. So the 107.27 has been hit. That would have been your profit target from the top down. We're at no man's land. We're sitting at the 50% mark. With this big push down, I'm wondering if we have the green, we have the red that didn't close as low in the green. Remember, when we talk about red, green, and red, it's not 3 candles, it's 3 colors, right? Not candles. Again, it's euro pound, so we're really only talking about 25 pips. So before anybody gets really excited, oh my God, this is great. It's only 25 pips. It's very, very small. Um, hmm. Hmm. Oh, I didn't see this. Um, I just want to use a lot of caution to sell from this area. This would be hit number 5 from the same level, and this isn't the first time we've been here. But again, this would be hit number 4 in close succession. I don't mind this. I think that's okay. Again, you got your red, green, red actually kicked in here, not here because this green went above. Um, I think it's set. The problem with this one is it just doesn't move that much. By the time you fact, I mean, we're talking about 25 pips, right? We're like, oh, well, what's this risk zone? Should I have gone long here? We're talking about a risk zone that's 7 pips, and the spread's 1.5. So it's like percentage wise, the spread is much bigger than some of these trades. I don't know. It's decent. We're too far away from any major news. News. The next big one going to come in is this autumn statement. I don't really I would say autumn statement is not something that I've used in the past. It is showing up as being an important release, being high. It is red, so it's showing high importance. Um, Again, if anything, I think it's probably. I think this statement is probably more of a you know probably a pound weakness. I don't think the pound's in any situation where they can raise right now. I think they're just going to talk about the slowing that inflation's coming down greater than expected. Forecast wise, we're gonna the recession's not going to be too bad, but I think all that is just negativity to shoot this one straight up. So right now, again, we got some time before that one kicks in on Wednesday. Um, I think tomorrow. I think that's again. I think if we push down, I think this is a long tomorrow. So there's levels we can use. I just don't have a great one right now. But we'll see. We'll see. For news, it helps. It'll help when we get a little bit closer to it. Euro yen. So euro yen looks very very much like Aussie yen. We talked about this last week, seeing that continued. I don't want to say yen strength because it's not like it's really a strong currency, but it's really retracing back a lot of the losses that it had. Um, and it's pushing back up. Um, Really, we talked last week until we get to this 106.80 mark. There's not really a lot in here. I mean, there's a lot of basing in here, and that's kind of what we're playing with here, where it keeps basing back and forth through it. But there's not really any great buying looking to the left, right? No wonderful buying here. Right now, you can see I do actually kind of like that one. I wish the green would have been a little bit flatter, but that's not bad. Right now, it doesn't really necessarily line up with that. If we push it down into this lower kind of buying area, it kind of gets more into play. But right now, this is what we're looking at. I'd say, in the last what 6 hours, it's done absolutely nothing. So we opened right here. Here's the 3 o'clock candle, this red one right here, and we're basically where we open European session. So just like we saw with the euro dollar, since the European market is opened, Nada. Nothing in here, right? No trending whatsoever. Um, Now, will we get some movement with the FOMC? Yeah, probably because it should move the yen a little bit. So we should get something. I like this one still continuing to grind lower. Um, I think until we get down to 160.80, not interested in taking a long. And again, there's nothing over here that shows me that there's any buyers. So I would say, look for a continued grind to the downside. Pound dollar. All right, so pound dollar. We did have a level all the way at top, and we had talked about this level last week. We said that we've been in here and pushed back, and then we hit it again and pushed back, and then hit in there and pushed back again. There was an old 61.8 level. It was okay, but we'd have to see what would happen when we got up here. As you can see here, we pushed, we pushed, we pushed, we pushed again, we pushed again, and then finally it broke and then didn't even hold. But it did actually Harry Potter. It came up, it based, it pulled back, and went higher. And then obviously bounced off this, bounced off it again, bounced off it again, and now we're playing in it. So let's take these and let's push that across. That one still stays. We need that one there. Yeah. So, I mean, right now, looking to the left, I mean, we know it's right above the zone we're at, right? Again, we've hit it 4 times, right? Because there's the one here, and those two. The next level that we have up top, really, I mean, it gets a little choppy here, right here around the 61.8, and there's a decent push and pullback there. So there's a little something in there. I think safer would probably be up here. And again, this would be hit number 3 here as well. So not the freshest levels. But overall, let's see. How far is it from the top? It's only 30 pips. We can move 30 pips in 4 hours. It's got a 32 pip daily or a 4-hour ATR anyway. Again, if it continues to push up before that FOMC, again, that would be a short trade. Right now, this zone is done. Excuse me. Right. Hit, pull back, hit again. So there's 4. So it's out, right? Could you lose it for a long? I guess. I just don't think there'll be enough time. I think it's a little risky. So we'll take it off right now. There is a base there, which is not horrible, but it's probably going to be a little bit long. Yeah, it's 100 pips. Yeah, right now, I mean, I think the big thing on this one is, can we push up to 125.80 before that news comes in, right? And again, do I expect to see massive amounts of movement before FOMC? Not so much, right? Typically it gets slower. And again, if we are basing, if this is pushed up a little bit and starts to base and tear back again, that tends to be, a short based opportunity. So yeah, yeah. I still feel like, I don't, the way the market looks right now, it looks like they're gonna say something hawkish in this FOMC meeting notes. Again, I don't have any inside information. I don't know what they're going to say, but all the charts look very, very similar right now. It's slow, but grinding higher. And remember, no one's expecting, any type of rate hike or anything like that. It's not that type of meeting. It's just notes of kind of what they're thinking. And a lot of people thought we had one more. I mean, here's the thing: unless Powell says something along the lines of, although a majority last time thought there was going to be one more raise, a majority doesn't feel that way anymore. Means that they're not raising, right? And the question is, how much of this weakness is going to be factored in already? So there's a lot in there. I don't know. Last meeting, a majority still felt like they needed to do one more to get it where they needed to be. But again, this global pressure is probably hurting a little bit. But again, if we're up there, again, you got to take your gut feelings out of it and play what the chart shows you. And that's what the chart's showing me is that, hey, listen, we move another 25 pips higher. We're sitting into an area of sellers in time for a big blockbuster piece of news. Again, a hint that they're going to probably raise next time, and that would be their final one. Yeah, it's their final, but a lot of people think they're done now. So any comment about, hey, listen, it's still on the table, we still could raise, and a lot of people are going that direction. That's a short trade. This thing should move to the downside quick. Pound yen also not rallying, right? What is it doing? It's since the open. Let's see. The open is actually 4 o'clock there, so 3 is here. So this one popped a little bit, but since it has the initial pop, it's done nothing. Now, with that being said, let's pull this back down. We're looking for the short. Unfortunately, it went all the way through before it left without us. The train left. All right. Now, with that being said, you can see right now we are pulling back to a level, right? Our 3 o'clock pushes up. There's kind of a level. Now, this is a really, really sloppy level. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you guys see this base right here, right? It's a very, very sloppy level, right? But it was a drop. It was a base. It was a drop down again. We're coming back and trying to grab it. Now, we did hit it. So right now, this one still looks like it is going to be more to the downside. And again, depending on what is said at FOMC, it could bring the yen some strength. Again, it is a proxy for the Dow, so we could see it. It's not a very big level. I don't love this formation. Ideally, we'd want this first green candle to be the tallest, and then this one a little bit smaller, and then this one a little bit smaller. You typically don't want the red there, but it was a nice response out. When this was happening, when it was looking over here, it wasn't at 23. It was actually being front run, but now that the price is actually pushed lower, it's also at 23. So it's a zone that we're a little bit deep in it right now, but not the worst. There's a very similar level in the Aussie yen as well as the euro yen. So they're all kind of also setting up in the same direction as well. And as I said, again, is the FOMC, is that a true yen play? No, it's not. But being a proxy, it probably will move it today with everything we've seen. But we mentioned it last week. Look for the yen to continue to grind lower, not necessarily strength, but people kind of more stabilizing itself. It's not like the BOJ or Japan's economy or anything like that is now suddenly booming where it's like, oh my god, we're going to raise interest rates 4% like everybody else. No, it's not like that. But the amount of weakness that is there isn't necessarily as justified as it needs to be. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD is pushing down, and we're seeing all this weakness roll in. We had talked about last week, really kind of this having come back down, all the way back down, and you can see here's Sunday night, right? Friday to Sunday. Here's where we were. Kind of went down. And here, I'll just put a line right on it. Let's just do it horizontal line. Friday, Sunday is right there. Friday, Sunday. So that's where we opened, where price did. It went down a little bit, it went up a little bit, came back down and rode the line, rode the line, rode the line, came up a little bit and pushed down. Now it looks like it's trying to get out, but we have some buying. Hey, buds. Hey. Up. We are running into an area. Now, the big concern about this one is a 10:30 reversal time frame. There is a level there. Is it a great level? No, it's from Wednesday last week at like 6, 5, 6, 7 o'clock last week. Little confirmed area. So again, it's been confirmed twice. This is hit number 3. You can see it's chopping back a little bit. So if we are going to see a change in the trajectory of the dollar now before FOMC, this is where it's going to happen, and this is where it would roll. Now, the way the dollar CAD's reacting is this is a great trade setup. It's been a little bit more difficult to trade because again, we have been kind of inside this range for a while, where it's been a swing to the top and we rode, then down and then rode, then we went back up and rode, and then a little dip down and we've rode for a long time. It's not really giving great zones, and again, a lot of people think that this has to do with and even so, we're seeing right now. Look at this. We're seeing really since what 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. We're seeing this push down, which means it's CAD strength. What about this data this morning is CAD strength, right? Their CPI is lower than what the expectation was. Big drop from where it was last time, right? So, yeah. Oh, here you go. Fed minutes likely to anchor careful approach to policy. Okay, that didn't tell me a whole lot. And yeah, I don't think he's gonna. Like I said, because it's right before, I don't think we're gonna do much. Now, again, if we get a reversal, I think this is where it comes. Do I love this one for long? Not so much. I think there's a lot of problems with this one right now. I have no idea who that is. Who that is. Maybe we'll get some blowout data. Maybe we can push all. Maybe this thing spikes all the way back up. How great would that be if we push back up to the 138 range, so we can actually start doing something with it, right? Unfortunately, this is just no movement. As I said, we've had almost zero movement from when we opened up. Yes, where we were Thursday. So yeah, I mean, not really trending position right now. It's funny. It's funny. Even oil's down 0.72%. So we're seeing CAD strength roll into the market with oil down and all the bad news. So again, it honestly, what it looks like and what it feels like is the market is manipulating this dollar weakness to come in early, right? I mean, maybe they already know what Powell's going to say. Maybe like, that's definitely what he's going to say. He's definitely not going to do that. He would never do that. Maybe, but everything is basically been straight, even with bad news for the CAD. So it's not like CAD is just neutral. CAD has bad news, right? And it's still gaining strength versus the dollar. So yeah, I mean, a lot of these feel like they're going up. I just, is what what it is. Dollar Swiss sleeping, still going sideways. Sunday we opened here. We're basically at the same spot. Um, what? I doubt they can't help you right now. What? Uh, yeah, we're 20 pips from where we opened Sunday night. So again, sideways channel. Obviously we're sitting very very low on the curve on this one. Um, again, Harry Potter stays on. Again, this doesn't disappear. We like what we see in there. So again, keep that on there. Right now, there's a lot of congestion around the 23.6. So again, the way this one is setting up right now, if this one's going to pop, again, it's been down here a lot, so it's not really, it's not my favorite long or anything like that. But if it does pop, just keep it on your radar. A pop is 67 pips. Typically, when you get something unexpected, a day's worth of movement in a short period of time is what we see for news move. 1 to 1.5 times is what a big surprise is worth. One ATR, daily ATR is 58. From where we are right now, 58 pips is sitting right here, which happens to be what? Right where all this basing is occurring right here, and it's also where the 23.6 was. So, a way to play this, you may look at this right now and say, I don't really like this trade. Well, if we suddenly get this when the news comes out, right? If we get that straight up movement here and it's in the 23 and we have all these sellers up here, that's where we like to see a parabolic retracement trade. So that could be what we see inside of something like the dollar Swiss. Because again, Swiss typically has pretty clean setups when they occur. Dollar yen, just grinding. We talked about a low. Unfortunately, again, we had an alert here. It came, it dropped, it based. It just didn't pull back to give us the entry. But again, it pretty much skirted yesterday right down on the zone. And again, we turned it red. We were looking for shorts coming out of it. And unfortunately, it came down. It gave us the first step. It gave us the second step. It didn't give us the third step, and it just continued to drive lower. So, um, how do you have that stuff on? He had a truck stuck to himself. He like wedged his butt into the truck, and he was walking around with the truck on his butt. Oh, Jen. Kip. Why don't you help Kip look for some toys? So she took the I think it's the Target toy catalog. She picked out everything she wanted and then she threw it out. She's like, I know what else needs it. Like, come on, you got a little brother, help him out. Oh, you already ripped stuff out for Kip? Oh, okay. You picked the toys for him. Oh, okay. Oh, those would be good for him. Okay. You don't think there's anything else in there that he wants? I think that's a little old for Kip. That one. That big car. I think that's way too big for Kip. Oh, you'll share with him. Oh, I see. Okay, now I got it. Yeah. So she picked out all the toys that he should get for Christmas, but then she's gonna share them with him to make it better. Yeah, that little white car. Yeah, you're gonna share that with him. Got it. Got it. Okay, cool. Um, So dollar yen also in a situation where we're pushing lower. Again, it does look like a bottom is starting to form here. It's really gone sideways for the most part since the European Open. So again, not a whole lot that I can tell you besides we were looking to get short. It did go short. It went from the 148.26 all the way down to really the 147. We were talking about 50 to 75 pips down. It went about 100 down before it based and started to stabilize itself. So, it's starting to rally right now a little bit, right? We're getting a little bit of movement. It's 10:13, so we'll see how far it goes. The only word of warning, and again, we'll take this off. Again, we're looking for that. It gave it to us. Let's push down. Let's go up to here. Again, look at just like that other one. Yeah, we'll do it from there. Look at all this congestion right at the 23. I'd say that there's probably something sitting in there. It's about 88 pips, so it's almost a day's worth of movement. But again, can FOMC drive it up 100 pips like that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Particularly with something like this where you're seeing it kind of box in. Now, there is a small little level right here, and understand this is probably going to give us a little bit of a hiccup. I don't think it'll be, again, if we hit that one before noon, it probably rolls back a little bit. I'm hoping that we're not sitting like here. Like if we're like here for news, it may stifle. Like if we go up and hit it and then come back down, it probably stifles it a little bit. Um, so, eh, ugh. It'd be better if this little hiccup wasn't here and we could just up to it. It's way back down. Right now, I don't think taking a long. I mean, I guess there's a zone there. It's confirmed. Um, is there a trend in here? Green, red, green. Nope. Right. Green, red went lower. Nope. Green. That's good. Red, green. Not as high. Nope. There's a red, green, red, but right in the sailors. And then again, a green, red. We're kind of getting there, but we got to clear this area. Too much junk to it. Too much sideways movement. Too many people wait until 2 o'clock. So, I'd like to see this one pop. I'd love him to say that, hey, yeah, we're raising it straight, and we're gonna raise one more time, and then that is it. We're done, and then we'll. But you know how he tempers it too. If he says he raises it, the way that he's gonna do it is we're gonna raise it. This will be the last one, and then he's gonna mention that starting in July, they're gonna start looking at he would. The expectation is starting in July of next year, they would start cutting rates. Right. That's how he messes with everybody's emotions today. They're gonna raise it. He says, "I'm gonna raise it one more time. This is it." And people are like, "Yay!" But the market's like, "Holy crap, you're gonna raise it again!" And then instead of saying holding it for a long time and deep into next year, that he gives like potentially based off of their predictions, potentially July, or as soon as July they could be having discussions about making cuts. And people are like, "Yeah, they're gonna start cutting interest rates." Right? That's how he plays with everybody's emotions. So again, that would lead for plenty of this pop up and down. We'll see. All right. Let's go look at oil. So, oil. All right. So, oil, we always mention that, hey, listen, I don't like it. James is always a big believer in the 78.6 for oil. As you can see, it came back up again. We talked about, 67 as being like kind of our first target. And we hit it, we pulled back, we hit it, we pulled back again, we hit it, we pulled back again. It's like, geez. And then what did it do? It Harry Pottered it. Came back, based above, pulled up, and went higher. Now, it's Monday was kind of like the oil day. Really, for today, starting at that 3 o'clock window was right here. So we're exactly where we open up the European session. We're seeing a very, very compressed, and again, let's mark this one off. I'll just do 230 right there. That's what the European session looks like, right? Normally, this is the 3 o'clock candle at like 10 o'clock. That's what yesterday morning looked like. This is what today looked like, right? A little bit different. And again, typically interest rates, FOMC will take precedence over oil. Um, I actually don't think, and again, a lot of this, I even said this last week. Don't be surprised with oil going higher. And again, we were sitting right here. And why did I say oil was going higher? Because we're going to Thanksgiving weekend, and a lot of people drive on Thanksgiving weekend. It's the most travel, um, most traveled holiday. And what do we get? Friday all the way up. Sunday went higher. Monday all the way up, and then finally today we're starting to pull back because we went from 72 all the way up to 78. $6, right? At this point, I think that remember the people that purchase it and are delivering it, they've already purchased the oil. So, hopefully this is it. I'm happy with where we are because once this weekend kind of passes, we should see a big crash in oil. So right now, I would actually be looking for oil shorts of kind of hit good levels and good zones. We know that 79, 78. Hopefully, it doesn't go that high because it's $2 more. Um, that's a decent level to sell off of. I'm wondering if something's coming in around the 78.6, if we can get a decent level in there. Again, remember part of the timing of this obviously was the holiday weekend coming up. Again, Wednesday, most traveled day of the year. Or I guess Thursday is Thursday. Well, I don't know. It's a combination of the two. Wednesday night, Thursday. I wish we had a better zone. I wish we were. I say this with like a grain of salt. Don't take this wrong way. I wish we were up here because I would love that technical short. But at the same time, remember I said that picture of the 299 gas. It's back up to like 309. So, so in 1 week, these two things, it's gone from 299 to 309 or something like that. I think it's 309, 314, maybe 314. I don't know. It went back up again, but I was like, thank God I got it for 299. Anyway, start looking for a short. Again, starting with, I don't know if we're here. Again, not going to be that. Not going to be that. Something along those lines. Okay. Yeah, look for a short. I just wish we had a better zone to do it off of. I just don't right now. Natural gas. We talked about this one being a little choppy. We were like, and it did. It went actually up a little bit higher and then started it. But if I move this over, there you go. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? There you go. It's perfect. And I said, hey, I expected the chop a lot around this 286 level. There it is. Right. And again, we drew the chop there, but it's here and it's there and it's there you go. It's almost exactly on, right? Peak down, up, boom, 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 up, and boom. Um, yeah. So, oops. I don't think really the trajectory of this one changes too much. Again, the forecasts have really been changing this one back and forth. Again, if anything, I think the 280 is kind of a sticking point right now. I don't think anytime soon we're going to be back in the 213 range. If this was January, February when we didn't need natural gas anymore, great. But right now, there's too many forecasts still calling for absolutely, cold and blizzardy weather. Again, they said that last year and it didn't happen. So, but right now, everybody's still in the belief that hey, right, there you go. Look, U.S. natural gas prices hold near 7-week low on record output and ample storage, and that's with everybody talking about. It's going to be cold and wet this year. It's going to be lots of snow. I don't know. We get in December and there's still no snow. You know, People start talking about, hey, 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 it's going to be warmer than expected. We're not seeing the coldness. I think this thing drops. So we'll see if we can hold and maintain here. We're fine. I don't necessarily like any longs. It hasn't really moved. We called that this one was going to be very, very choppy. Um, Nothing is really going to change. I don't think the record output and the ample storage changes. The only thing that could really affect this one is if for some reason um, Russia gets unsanctioned and all that can come flooding back on, right? Because remember, if we have record output right now, which means why would you turn the output off, right? So for some reason, if the Ukraine situation is finished and sanctions are lifted and everybody can buy Russian natural gas, I mean, I guess it's up to them if they want to, but having that much more on the market and there not be a reason why you couldn't, um, yeah, that's going to be the pin that kind of brings us back down again. Now, gold is really surging. Now, at 8:30 this morning, again, we saw yesterday morning at 9:30, we had a big surge up again, and then late last night another surge, and then Europeans this morning kind of shot it down real quick, but then 4:30 just took off. So, if you can explain to me what 4:30 news is, it the monetary policy right here? What was the big news that set us off? Is it I don't know. Is it the Swiss trade balance? Is that what set us off? Maybe the public sector net borrowing? No, no. So to me, in looking at this and seeing this type of surge at really 8 o'clock this morning, what 8 o'clock news was there? Is it all the CAD data, the NHPI Is that what it is? Is this what's setting it off? The fact that Canada is, again, this is weak data for Canada. No. So for me, this looks like it's somewhat more of a manipulation, getting it back up to a big sell area. We've been at 2000 before, and we talked about how 2000 right here was a big level. And 2005 was the last time we talked about it, and there was major selling that came in. And what is it doing right now? It literally just shot up and it hit that level, and it's starting to paint red. So again, on a technical basis, the dollar taken off today, or I'm sorry, not the dollar, but again, this is what, one, two, three, four, five, six green candles in a row. Look at the dollar. Do you have six red candles in a row? No. Right? No. It's really been chopping since God late last night. I mean, really since 7 o'clock yesterday. We've been just up, down, up, down. But I'm busy right now. You want a drink? What? Where's it? Go get it. We're not seeing here. You want Daddy's phone? Here, just take Daddy's phone. Here, take Daddy's phone. Come here. Here, buds. You want to sit on Daddy's lap? Here. Here you go. Here, we'll do some lifty and scoop real quick. Daddy's got a couple more minutes. So we're not seeing the movement in the dollar, but yet we are seeing in gold. We're seeing a major surge forward. So I think this is a potential reversal. Yes, thank you. I just gonna put everything I don't want right now. I think this is set up for more of a push. I don't know. Maybe Powell says, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll cut interest rates in January. Maybe he says something. I don't think he's going to be that inflammatory to the Dover side of things. The last couple times have been pretty weak, and the data has been all right. I mean, it's we see earnings doing pretty good. So again, we're in an area where we would potentially see shorts. Again, I think if this one comes back down, no surprise at all. Silver, Again, pushing up. And magically, silver also has a similar pattern. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 green candles straight up, but yet the dollar's still doing nothing. What did it do? Came up and tagged 24 and is starting to roll and push back to the downside. So let's clean this up a little bit. Push some of these off. Right back and forth. It did hit the where the top and bottom of the bodies are over here. But again, the 24 is what's stepping in. Yeah, same feeling. I think shorts are coming in. And again, huge surge up for nothing. Yeah, look, 6 minutes ago, gold marches ahead of the beat of the weaker U.S. dollar. So again, they're even acknowledging it. Wondering if this will, now I'm kind of wondering as much movement as we got. What I was thinking is, I wonder if 4 hours 91. If we pushed all the way back down and we're sitting right here for news to take off again, but that's a lot of it's a lot of volatility, right? I mean, seeing this. I mean, if we got this jump up, and then we got this jump back down again, just in time to get another push back to there, right? That's a lot of movement, right? A volatile day. Not that it can't happen. The 4 hour ATR is saying it could happen. Um, Boy, is that a lot of movement. I mean, I guess it can if it does that and it does load up for some reason. If we do get that big push and we are loading up and price does come, I mean, if we do one of these where we come down to here, um, it could potentially be a long trade. So, but it's going to have to get some legs. If anything, I still like kind of it holding and maintaining up here, and then we look for a push back down again, and we push back down into potentially here this 1990 mark. I like that one better. And again, overall, silver is kind of the same thing, pushing back down, and again, I think profit being okay. I think that's a decent spot right here. Again, that's where your profit taking you should put in it right there. Um, Again, could this shoot all the way back down and be loading up for FOMC as well? Yeah, absolutely. Oops, not that one. Right, but it's got to get some legs quick. And again, that's a up, down, up. That's what that pattern looks like. So it could, it absolutely could. So again, we'll see. We'll know in a couple hours. We got 4 hours before that release. Yeah, everything's getting. See, look at the same thing. Spike there. Dollar is doing what? Dollar has found a bottom and it's been stabilizing, and now it's getting strength. Yeah, I don't love that it's getting strength right there, but so interestingly enough, yeah, let's see. Yes, 8:15 is right here. So again, this was from Monday yesterday. No confirmation. So all the confirmations were on the top side, but pretty sloppy. Looks like 7:30 would have been where to pull the trigger. Nine again. 9 and 9:15 were both green. There's your 9. There's your 9:15. So we pushed back down. We pulled back up again to continue that short. There is buying here. I mean, there is buying here. So if it's going to reverse, these are levels where it can. But Europeans took it from here. But really, no European movement. Um, hmm. So I'm gonna tell you right now, historically, this is a lot of movement before FOMC. Is a lot, and it's going straight down. Right? It's been pretty much a consistent push to the downside. So okay, 2 more minutes, bud. Yeah, 2 more minutes. Here, drink some of this. Yep, drink some of this. Drink some water. This is a lot of movement on FOMC morning. Is there any type of news? Existing home sales, not a big deal. Obviously, worse than expected. Too crazy. Um, yeah. So as far as opening print goes, the 9 and 9.15 were red. Again, obviously we're in a downtrend. No confirmed zones over here. The closest thing we had would have been over here from 10:15 yesterday. So again, I think short them. It's again not a bad looking to see what we see in the overnight. Yeah, the red makes sense. Um, but again, not really a great entry if you're doing opening print. Same thing. Here's your 9 and 9.15. 9.15 was actually red, but it was doji. It was open. Get a little cross right there. It stopped. It pulled back again. It loaded up for a push down. Same thing. There was nothing in there. Here's that old level. It looks like it's not even able to again top, 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 top. Shouldn't hold. Again, too far for a Harry Potter. Here was the pullback. Fortunately, we really don't have anything clean until even down here. You can see all the chops back and forth again. So Russell's officially the weakest right now. I'm sorry, Nasdaq is officially the weakest NQ of the four. Again, it loaded up, but it just continued the same trend down. There was no confirmed zones in the overnight. Again, you weren't using anything from yesterday. So again, this one also loading up for again. This is kind of weird. This is a lot of movement for FOMC morning. I don't know. Maybe somebody already knows what he's going to say. And again, seeing it, the movement that we're seeing in a lot of these places almost looks like they are going to say that they're raising interest rates in December. And what are we seeing? We're seeing the indices all just tank. It's like okay. Um, Same thing here. What do we got? Yeah, nine is right here. So again, actually the 845, the 9, and the 915 were all green. They did pull back, and you can see there's kind of a small zone here. Um, Kind of something sitting there, but again, 730 is where it was really doing any of the pullbacks. This one kind of missed it by a little bit, but it did drive right back up and push down. There's some chop in there, and that's why you're seeing this is spiking up and down. It's this area right over here. Overall, you can see once we kind of clear out the drama here, and it looks like it's trying to do that, it looks like we are clear sailing all the way down here to what 35. We're at what 30. Yeah, a little bit deeper than that. So like 35, 34, 9, 985 ish, 980 ish, right? This is where all those buyers are stepping in. So, unfortunately, YM it is the strongest right now, meaning it's the least amount of weakness of any of them. But it has the ability right now, and again, once it clears this area, it can accelerate. So, YM's not looking great, and again, a lot. This is a lot of movement before FOMC. We'll see if we can clear this 10:30 time frame and start pushing back up again. Russell and NQ are fighting now. Russell's the weakest again. And again, you can see 1800 is the big deal. What did it do? Yeah, 845, 9. Yeah. So 9 was green bouncing off 1800. And then it paused. It did go up and it did grab a little bit. If any of them, I would say this is probably the best short on here. But I would have done the short off of kind of like the Harry Potter bottom right there. Yeah, it's like a 10:15, 10:30 kind of reversal type bit. Not so much a reversal, just it was a pullback and then a push lower. Um, that's what it ran into. Honestly, clean is all the way down here, guys. Anyway, all three of the indices kind of had the same thing. 9, 9:15 were both green, setting up for a red continuation of the downside. No confirmed levels. 7:30 was where the only pullback happened that would have given you a confirmed entry. So it is what it is. Again, FOMC. We'll have to see how this one comes out today. Um, U.S. dollar weakness as Asia. Oh, has Asia to thank. All right, so we're thanking Asia. We're not thanking Powell. So we'll see. Um, Yeah, absolutely, buds. Anyway, I think again the way that it's looking right now, a lot of data out very, very quickly. We'll see what Powell has to say. I don't think he's going to just blow the world up. But again, I think he could make a comment about raising and then maybe potentially cutting faster than what the expectation was. And then the question will be, which is more powerful, the fact that the rate will be even higher, or the fact that they gave a date or some type of inclination where they expect to start discussing when the cut will happen. Not actually cutting, but when it potentially could happen. And if it's sooner than the end of next year, I think the market will probably jump all over that. So we shall see. All right, let's get and do our drawing. Only three of you in today. Again, holiday week. I know Ernest is busy. I think you guys saw it. He's doing like, I think he said, was it seven, six turkeys? What did he say? I tried to give him my kids and he wouldn't take them. Um, sorry, seven turkeys, eight ducks, and three porchettas on Wednesday. So yeah, so he is deep in prep right now. So I actually didn't expect him on today. This is, like I said, it's always a busy week. Yeah, a ton of ducks this year. Eight ducks. I think he did a couple. I think he did a couple ducks last year, but yeah. So we'll take it to 2:30. That's where we normally go. See how it runs today. 10 more seconds. And I can go get some breakfast. Yeah, I have one more one more parent teacher conference today. Yesterday I had 7 in total. Yeah. If you're wondering why I wanted to give my children away, it was because basically the overriding thing was both sets of teachers say the kids can get partial credit for anything they get wrong on their tests and have it add to their tests and quiz grades. And both my kids are like, nah, I'm not interested. I'm like, really? Really? You had the ability to get higher grades and you were just like, nah, I don't care. I was like, okay. So yeah, it's going to be broccoli and quinoa all week for those two. All right. Winner of today's drawing is Neuro takes it. Neuro, you had a big advantage overall on this one. 75%. You win heavy. And again, I think that's I think Ernest won the last one. Let me see. I don't know. I know we got your 3 in a row. Oh yeah. So again, we're back square again. All right, let's get you your 50. See, Ernest wins and then he doesn't show up for the next one. See that? He comes in just to mess with everybody. All right, with that, guys, and girls, I am out of here. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Like I said, this FOMC again. I think we're going to get some movement, but I'm really curious to see how this kind of sets off December. Again, right now, it's looking like it's going to be more of a dollar strength based move, but we'll see what happens in the next 4 hours. So that's really the telltale sign. So with that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern time. It'll probably be a little bit slower tomorrow after anything we get today because I don't think, again, with the shortened day tomorrow, we're going to get too much chaos. But with that, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again.